The elected leader of the Muskogee Creek Nation is Principal Chief James Floyd. He is from the tribal town of Coweta and is of the Wind Clan. He is the former Associate Director, Area Director for United States Indian Health Service in Portland, as well as for the United States Department of Veterans Affairs. The second chief is Lewis Hicks. He is from the tribal town of Arbica and is of the clan Fujwolgi, or Bird. He was in the Assault Helicopter Company and was a gunner, and while he was there, he received 14 times an Army Commendation Medal. The National Council is the legislative office and consists of 16 members. The legislative office is at the historic mound building that has been built near the complex. The Speaker for the Tulsa District Seat B is Lucian Tiger III. Councilman Robert Huft represents Tulsa Seat A. The legislative body meets monthly, as well as their committees meet weekly. The original legislative branch was there in downtown Okmulgee at the Creek Council House, which was made up of the House of Kings and the House of Warriors. Bills are proposed and given to the Speaker. The Speaker assigns the bill to an appropriate committee. Step 3, the committee writes the report and the bill is forwarded to the National Council. If the bill has a budget item, it must also be considered by the Business and Government Committee. Step 4, either the National Council approves the bill, and if they do approve it, then it forwards it to the Principal Chief. The Principal Chief approves the bill, and then the proposed bill will become law. However, if the Chief does not wish to sign the law, he sends a veto message in the proposed bill to the National Council. Step 2, at the next official meeting, a motion must be made in a majority approval to read the veto message aloud. Step 3, any representative except the Speaker may make a motion to override a veto. A 2/3 vote is required, and the adoption of the legislation is law. Step 4, if a motion is not made to override a veto, the vetoed legislation may not be reconsidered. Step 5, vetoed legislation may be amended, and the amended legislation resent to the Principal Chief. The Judicial Branch. The Supreme Court is guided by Chief Justice LeBlance. The second justice is Vice Chief Justice Thompson, who was raised very heavily in his Muskogee tradition. He is a member of the Hickory Ground. The next justice is Justice Adams, who earned a law degree from the University of Wisconsin in 2006. Justice Adams currently serves as the board member of the Minnesota American Indian Bar Association. Judicial Supreme Court is also headed by Justice Leo Harjo Ware. She was raised on her Muskogee grandmother's allotment in the southern tip of the Muskogee Nation. She is admitted to practice law before the United States Supreme Court, as well as the United States Court of Appeals and the District of Columbia of 10 circuits. Another judicial Supreme Court member is Justice Kathleen R. Supernall. She is generally working as general counsel for the Principal Chief of the Osage Nation, and she's a special appellate tribal court judge. Another judicial appointment is Justice Monty R. Deere. Under President Clinton, he served as chairman of the National Indian Gaming Commission. Judge Gregory Bigler is Yuchi and enrolled with the Creek Nation. He's a member of the Polecat Yuchi Stomp Ground. He is currently the sole practitioner representing Indian tribes, Attorney General Sac and Fox Nation, Attorney General for the Kickapoo Tribe, Supreme Court Judge for the Iowa Tribe, Kansas, Kickapoo, Court of Appeals Judge for the Mashantucket Pequot Nation, etc. Judge John Cripps oversees the family practice, and he has been a municipal judge for several cities in the state of Oklahoma, including the Creek Nation. The seal of the Muskogee Nation, which was adopted after the Civil War, the initials on the IT stand for Indian Territory. The land was promised to the Creeks for as long as the grass grows and the rivers flow. The Muskogee people have been agriculturalists since 900 AD. As a result, the Creeks adopted agriculture as a symbol in the center of the seal. The sheaf of wheat refers to Joseph's dream in Genesis 37:7, "For behold, we were binding sheaves in the field, and lo, my sheaf arose and also stood upright." The plow depicts a prophecy in Amos 9:13, says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper. The Muskogee Nation adopted this, as I stated, following the Civil War.